Baseball.
Damn, guys, we're back. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 12 to 6 podcast presented by 1-2 Entertainment. I'm one of your gracious hosts, James. I have Frank to the left of me, finally, this week.
Back.
And we got Joel to the right of me. What's up, fellas?
It's good.
Yep.
The first thing I want to get out of the way is, how was your presentation?
Oh, it was good. I got
Yeah?
another one. I got another one on Friday.
Nice.
That's for the VP, and then we'll take it from there. So
Nice.
hopefully, it's me and one other person. So
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I got another question.
What's
Where the fuck have you been?
I've been out and about, man. I forgot why I didn't come. What was last?
No,
week?
it was a presentation. That's why.
Oh yeah.
You didn't come 'cause of
I
presentation.
had to like make it.
But, we normally hear him during the weekend if the Mets are playing, where the chat's going.
Yeah, I got a little.
We ain't heard nothing from Frank this week.
It was quiet. Radio silence this weekend, man.
Yeah, he was focused.
I was
Well,
pretty
we
banged up.
did get a text that you were going to be late because your car was somewhere else.
Yeah, I left my car at the bar I was at on Saturday,
Wow.
and I went to go get it. I went in my driveway to go get into my car that I realized it wasn't there. So I was like, fuck. I go get an Uber and find my fucking car. Like, I hope it's still at the fucking
Well,
bar.
it was close to your house.
Yeah, it was
Oh, okay.
like, a couple minutes away.
Oh, okay.
I could have walked, but that would have took too long. So I was like, fuck it, $7 Uber, let's go.
So, a very interesting 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
fucking called it.
They're dead.
They're dead. But, hey, what's up? What do you got for us this week?
I got a trivia question for you.
What?
I already asked him. It kind of came up organically.
Okay.
So,
I'm probably not going to get it, whatever.
yeah, that'll probably lead us into a nice little argument, I think, too, though.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, who has the lowest defensive WAR in MLB history? Since recording of that stat began in
2003.
2003?
2003?
Yes. 2003, defensive WAR became a stat. This person posted a negative. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait. Negative 14.7.
You have to give me a team, brother, because...
I can't give you a team. I can give you a hint, though.
Okay, give me a hint.
Hall of Fame.
First battle.
This nigga is in the Hall of Fame?
First ballot. Yeah.
Okay, at least a position.
They can't do that.
Nah.
I'm going to know right away.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm not really
Yeah.
into defense like that, like more often. Well, I mean,
Well, you just need to hear that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall
I'll
of
tell you
Famer?
his position, and then you'd probably get it.
Yeah, we can't tell you that. So,
okay, can you tell me if he's a fucking hitter or a pitcher?
Not a pitcher.
Okay, cool. So he's a hitter.
so he was kind of known for his defensive,
Yeah.
He was known for his defensive shit.
For some
And
reason.
then just
Yeah.
plummeted.
Like
Okay.
we're gonna talk about what he was known for after we get the answer out there,
yeah.
because this kind of came up, and then
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Bro, you got to 4 minutes to answer this
it's
shit.
It's either two people. It's either one of two people.
Okay.
It's either Omar Vizquel
Okay.
or Roberto Alomar.
Omar Vizquel probably has.
The
I would
best.
imagine the.
No,
best.
I'm just saying because you never know. With
I'll
the,
give
with
you.
the stats,
I'll
but-
give you another hint.
Yeah, but that's bad because Omar Vizquel won
No,
10
I know.
Gold
Yeah,
Gloves.
I know.
I'll give you another hint. Okay. He also had the lowest DRS, which is defensive run saved, in MLB between 2003 and 2014 at negative 155 defensive runs saved. One more clue. He has 5 Gold Gloves.
How the fuck does this guy have 5 Gold Gloves?
Yeah.
Man.
All right. I'm going to give you 2 fucking...
Nah, I'm probably not. It's just so many people.
Just give you one more shot. I'll give you one more shot.
Nope, he's not. He's not that. Ken Griffey Jr.?
No.
I don't know.
Derek Jeter.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Mr. Jump Throw himself.
That makes me happy. Joel,
Yeah.
why does that make me happy? What
Because-
have I always said about Derek Jeter?
That he's overrated.
And what, yes.
But you're not the only one in that boat. But
No, but, I'm not going to take away the greatness that he had offensively.
All right,
I'm
so
not going to.
I'm gonna read you a thread This is from YOLO Swaggins on Twitter.
YOLO. Shout out to him.
Shout out YOLO Swaggins on.
This is where we get all our facts.
On Twitter.
Twitter.
On Twitter. So, Derek Jeter is the most overrated player in the MLB ever. A thread. Jeter had an OPS, blah, 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 blah. He averaged 15 home runs per 162 games, never exceeding 24 homers in any of his 20 seasons, both less than Rickey Henderson, who made a career of on-base percentage and stealing bases. His career batting average of .310 looks good until you see that 74.8% of his hits were singles. But he wasn't a slugger, right? True. And the strongest argument for him being great revolves around his offensive WAR of 96.3, ranked 20th of all time, which Mike Trout already tied. I'm just going to throw that in there. Mike Trout, I think, might have passed him now. But Derek Jeter led the league in plate appearances for all players 5 times in his career. 10th most in plate appearances all time. Both important to offensive WAR. Here's where he's seriously overrated. Defense. Since DRS began in 2003, Derek Jeter posted a negative 155 DRS over his career from 2003 to 2014, which is dead last for all qualified both shortstops and everyone else over that period. Same thing, same timing context applies for the UZR stat, which is ultimate zone rating, which measures a player's defensive ability to cover their part of the field compared to the league average. Jeter had a negative 76.1, which is, again, dead last among qualified shortstops over that time, second worst for all positions. Derek Jeter also posted a career defensive WAR of negative 14.7, which is the single worst career defensive WAR of all time. But he won 5 Gold Gloves. He shouldn't have, as you can see by the sabermetrics. He won because of his fielding percentage. Jeter was a consistent fielder, 976% career fielding percentage.
Okay.
97.6. 42nd all-time for shortstop is not bad, but that's like using batting average as your primary metric for evaluating a hitter. And
can I go now?
That's it.
Can you pull up the stat, and you're probably quicker. Can you pull up the stat on what years did Derek Jeter win his Gold Gloves?
Yeah.
And what was that guy's name again?
YOLO Swaggins?
YOLO Swaggins. My man. You probably don't even listen to the podcast. But I just want to say,
all right,
you
Derek
are
Jeter,
correct,
Derek
my
Jeter,
man.
Gold Gloves 2004, 2005, 2006,
Okay.
2009, and 2010.
Okay. Can you tell me when Alex Rodriguez...
You know what's crazy? He won Gold Gloves in the years where he was historically bad in those categories.
Okay.
Like from 2003 to 2014 were the years that he was historically bad. He won all 5 Gold Gloves in those years.
Okay. When did A-Rod become a third baseman?
I would say
2003.
I don't know.
Nah, because whenever he came over from Texas, because he was playing shortstop at Texas.
Yeah, he was playing. When was that 2002-2003 season?
I'll find out.
Because if my memory is correct,
2004.
Thank you. And Derek Jeter started winning it in 2004 or 3.
2003, Alex won Gold Glove.
At third base.
No.
Nah, shortstop.
Shortstop. And 2002 as well.
Yeah. So, like I've always said, Derek Jeter was in the right city, in the right town, in the right whatever the fuck. And like I said, I'm not going to diminish Derek Jeter's greatness in hitting the ball opposite field. I'm not going to take away 3,000 hits that he did. I'm not, because
3,500.
3,500 hits is a really, really big milestone. But he's overrated. And I've always said it. He is not a defensive gem. If Alex Rodriguez would have been in the American League as a shortstop, Derek Jeter would not have won not one single Gold Glove.
Well, yeah.
That actually makes sense. That actually lines up to, like, James's theory.
So here's how this guy ended the thread. In summary, Jeter was a good, not great offensive player and a terrible defender. He was a homegrown talent that played for one team his whole career, stayed scandal-free in a scandalous time, and was a respectable and likable player.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's still incredibly overrated.
Yes. The New York Yankees made him the face of the New York Yankees.
Well, he was the captain, man.
He was a perfect man for that. He always stayed out of scandals, like he said. He was just a perfect guy for that. Now, I've always said that he is defensively okay. Derek Jeter made the hip throw famous, right?
This is where we went before.
Why?
But he made the jump throw, bro.
Why?
Like, yeah, he's come on, he's not a bad defender, dude.
Why did he make that up? Because he did not have any arm strength going to his glove side in deep in the hole.
That would be his other side.
His other side, he has the opposite.
His opposite, sorry.
Hand, yeah.
His opposite side.
Backhand.
His backhand. And I always have the same argument with everybody. Nomar Garcia Parra had a stronger arm than Derek Jeter. He didn't need to invent no hip throw jump in the air.
Dude, the jump throw, man. Come on, dude.
I don't care. Hip throw, jump throw, same shit.
I'm being sarcastic.
Roberto Alomar. Omar Vizquel had a better arm. So these guys were defensive gems. When it comes to Derek Jeter, yeah, he was an okay defender. I'm not going to give him a trash defender because you still got to play the damn game.
Well, statistically, he was the worst ever.
Yeah, statistically. But when you see him,
but then again, you take that for you take that with a grain of salt. You take it for what it's worth.
Exactly.
Because, he wasn't the worst defender of all time.
Exactly. You can't. You got to play the game. And there was many times that Derek Jeter going into the stands. There were many times that
we said that before too.
That Jeter, saved that playoff run, throwing out Jason Giambi.
Okay, you want to know the craziest part about that play when they threw that guy out at home?
What?
You want to know why that play was so good?
Why?
Because Derek Jeter was out of position.
Derek
Jeter shouldn't have been where he was.
Yeah.
He happened to be there because he fucked up, and the stars fucking aligned. If you watch that replay,
yes.
He's not supposed to be there.
Of
You've
course
never
not.
seen a shortstop there in your fucking life.
All the way the fuck in the dugout, pretty much, and all of a sudden he just flips it.
You shouldn't be. He was in between the pitcher and the catcher.
You don't belong there.
Nobody's ever fucking. No one stands there, especially the shortstop on the first base side. Shortstop's not supposed to be there.
So, is he a very intelligent ball player? Yes. He knew heads up play, diving into the stands, doing all of that. Yes, 100%. But I'm sorry, and to all the Yankee fans out there, I get it. Jose Reyes was a better fucking shortstop than Derek Jeter. Get out of here.
Jose Reyes had a cannon.
Yes.
He had his moments.
Of course. He didn't have the longevity and had more power than Derek Jeter.
Rafael Furcal had a fucking arm.
He had of course.
Hundreds of first.
So to end the debate, and I'm glad that you brought it up because I always have this conversation with all the Yankee fans, and I always say I don't diminish it from what he did, but at the end of the day, he is one overrated player. Put him in fucking Baltimore. Do you think he would be a fucking Hall of Famer if he was in Baltimore?
The only thing that you can't discount is 3,500 hits.
Of course you can't.
And he was very good in the postseason.
And he was very good in the postseason.
That being said, hold on. That being said, if he was in Baltimore and hits 3,500 hits, he would still be in the Hall of Fame.
He would not be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes, because that's 6 of all time.
Yeah. He wouldn't. Okay, so 6 whole time. Let's say Derek Jeter, because I'm gonna even throw this out there. If he's in another team, he does not win fucking 5 titles. We don't know, but I'm just going to throw it out there.
Of course. But that's for anything. Mike Trout is the best player in the league, and the reason why he hasn't won a chip is because he's playing with the players that he's playing with.
But look at his numbers.
Baseball is a team sport.
I get it.
It's not
basketball.
It's not like basketball, bro.
Basketball, you have one guy on that team, and he could take over the whole fucking game, and you'll win 55 games with a shit team with LeBron James on it.
Right.
Except last year, I guess.
Can you do me a favor? And what was Derek Jeter's lifetime batting stand?
Hold on,
batting time.
Can I make a point real quick?
Go ahead.
I can make a case that baseball is more of a team sport than football, because you can make a case that Aaron Rodgers has more impact in his game than Mike Trout.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right?
Yes,
100%.
So in baseball.
See, it also does depend, though. Football is different because it depends on the position that player that you're like a quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mike Trout has probably better numbers than fucking Derek Jeter right now, except hits. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So that's my point when it comes to Derek Jeter. You take him out of the New York Yankees and you put him in another team. He might not even remotely get close to 5 championship rings. He might not get this stat. He would not be a first ballot Hall of Famer, even with 3,500 hits. He wouldn't, because the 3,500 hits are backed up by 5 World Series championship rings.
No.
Well,
Because
he also led. He has the most career postseason hits too.
He wouldn't have had none of that.
But
You
he
understand?
does.
But
You know?
what I'm saying is, you understand what I'm saying. You take Derek Jeter out of New York City, that was a World Series every year contending team until they had a drought.
But you also got to realize that he contributed to that. Like,
I
it wasn't
get
like
it.
he just slipped and fell and was like, oh shit, I'm winning another. I'm like Robert Ory, like, you know.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
It's not
Robert
like
Orr
he's-
was okay, but he wasn't a fucking great player. Sorry.
How many rings does he have? 7?
No, he has like fucking 10.
he has like 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
He
But
won
it-
with Houston, the Lakers, and San Antonio. But anyways,
But it just doesn't matter. 3,500 hits to me is not significant for. I'm not saying that he's not a Hall of Famer. What I'm saying is he's not a goddamn first ballot Hall of Famer if he's not in the New York Yankees. When you put Derek Jeter, you put postseason and you put 5 championship rings next to 3,500 hits, that's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Take all that shit out.
James, you need your own show.
Well, the thing is,
But
like,
take Cal Ripken. Does Cal Ripken have better numbers than Derek Jeter?
I don't know. I mean, he's got good numbers.
Because at the end of the day, he never won one, right?
James is the new Stephen A. I swear to God.
What I'm saying, because in my knowledge, Cal Ripken has never won a World Series ring.
Yeah, but there's a million great players in baseball that never won a.
Cal Ripken has 3,184 hits.
Okay.
431 homers.
Okay.
1,700 RBIs.
Okay, and played 2,000 something career straight games, right?
3,000 games
3,000
total.
So-
you want to hear something crazy?
What?
I want to hear something fucking crazy, a crazy fucking stat. So you remember that a couple weeks ago I asked you guys the question with the specific, I forget. Anyway, so you know how Cal Ripken played all those consecutive games?
Yes.
He didn't play 162 games in more than 3 consecutive seasons.
That's so fucking crazy.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yo,
He played all those consecutive games and he never played 162
So how the
straight.
fuck? So
Sometimes they throw out that last game if it's meaningless. So in 1988, he played 161 games. In 1990, he played 161 games. Yeah, and then in 85, he played 161. In 82, he played 160. But from 82 to 93, he played every game that his team played. However, he only played 162 games 3 consecutive years.
that is so crazy.
So he would.
That is such a
So he
crazy
would
stat.
start
That's a
and come
crazy
out.
Well, no. Like at the end of the year, if you're playing, like you'll see this year when the fucking Rockies play the fucking Reds or some shit. At the end of the year, it's a meaningless game. Sometimes they won't play it.
Oh, okay. Like,
Yeah, they
okay,
just throw it
I
out.
get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So my fucking case is proven. Fuck that. I don't care.
This is another bomb that we're gonna drop here about Derek Jeter.
What
You're
the
gonna make him fucking worse for me?
hot take? Derek
What?
Jeter didn't have to jump into the stands on that catch. That he
Of
made.
course not. He fucking made it dramatic. Because
He
it's
fucking
dramatic.
took 3 steps and then
Oh,
dives into the stands.
No. What position do you play?
Center field.
Okay. I will say this, because I've seen that play numerous times. There is no fucking way that man would have stopped. The only way that he could have stopped, because he's going full force towards the barricade where the tarp is. Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How fast do you think he was going?
He takes long strides. That's why.
No, but I'm saying, like, how fast? Like, give me a range as far as miles per hour. Like, Julio Jones ran, like...
Yesterday, they clocked Julio Jones at 20 miles an hour on that touchdown.
God damn.
Yeah.
Like, how
The-
fast do you think Derek Jeter was going, honestly?
Probably like, I would say about 13, 14 miles an hour.
I would have said less. I would say like 10 or 11. Because he's going back on the ball.
Go ahead.
I have a follow-up question to that. So, like 13. So, how fast do you think you're going from, like, first to second
when you're stealing?
When you're stealing.
Well, so from first to second.
Yeah.
You have to go more than 15. I'll tell you that much.
All right, but then they still slide, right? To second base. They still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
But
what.
it doesn't.
That's what our point was.
But that's what I was gonna make. The only thing that could have done it was him sliding, but he can't slide feet first because if you see the trajectory of how he's going, his whole entire left side is going over his right side. So there's no way in hell that this man would have been able to slide unless he'd have just gave up his body and just dropped.
That's a good point.
That's the only way. And as an infielder that I was, and I was pretty good. I said dramatically, but no. That play, that's the only thing that he could have done because he caught the ball 2 feet before the fucking tarp.
Well,
but you can't stop.
I'll see what the people say. I'll put it on Instagram.
Yeah, but
could Derek Jeter have not dove into the stands?
Yeah, because I'm gonna put that video.
That's
and I'm
hard.
gonna put that shit on replay. Like,
that's you know what it is, man.
A whole minute.
It's one of the hardest things to do because he's a very tall guy. He's like what, 6'2", 6'3"?
6'4".
I don't think he's that.
6'4".
Derek Jeter's 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah, I think him and A-Rod are almost the same size.
Is he really?
So his strides are
I
a
always
little bit
pictured him
different
like
than mine.
6'1".
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm 5'6", 5'7", compared to 6. You know, my strides are a little bit shorter. His strides are not short at all. How tall is he?
I don't know. The fucking Wi-Fi over here.
I got it.
This shit's trash.
6'3".
We got to get a studio. So 6'3". At the end of the day, those strides are way too big. So he may not have gone, more than 13, 14 miles an hour, but he was going pretty fast. But his strides helped him. That's why all the great base stealers, you kind of never see anybody over maybe, I want to say 6'2", 6'3". Because when you're running and you're stealing bases, your feet are literally trickling. Who's the best base stealer in MLB?
Probably Trey Turner.
Nope.
Or Malik.
Ricky Henderson. Check how tall he is.
You're talking about history. You're talking about
that's
this
what I
year.
said. No, that's what I said. I said Major League.
Like, I think you meant right now.
I think you meant right now.
No.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson.
Not even close.
How tall is Trey Turner?
6'2".
Okay, how tall is Ricky Henderson?
Probably.
So I said 6'3" and down. That's what I just said.
I have no idea.
But he can't be 6 fucking.
He's fucking.
He was built like a fucking brick shithouse.
Yeah,
man.
but he's short.
He was built like a running back. 5'10".
Thank you. Why? Because you're lower to the ground. That's why I was such an effective base stealer because I was so damn short. And guys that are taller, they can't. Your strides can't be that tall when you're trying to steal a base. So my case is proven. Thank you so much for this fucking trivia question. I'm out. I'll see y'all niggas tomorrow. But it was a good debate. Because
moving forward.
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about and trash the Mets right now?
No,
Because I'm here to fucking trash them.
Yeah. Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, 47.
He has 47 home runs, ties Pete Alonso, and that power came out of nowhere.
Not really.
Nah, he's good.
Yeah, I actually looked that up. So
He's been in the league how long?
6 years.
Okay.
And last year he hit 34 home runs. So
Okay.
it's not out of nowhere. And then the year before that he hit 26. And last year he had 104 RBIs. He ended off
He was a decent player, but I didn't.
34 and 104.
See, but he reminds me of Chris Davis last year.
He's got
From Oakland.
47 and
100.
one. Yeah. Wait, actually, I'm actually glad that you mentioned Chris Davis
Because he reminds me of Chris Davis. Chris Davis came out of nowhere.
No, he was a better
The
hitter
year
than Chris
before,
Davis.
the year before, he had like 20-something home runs, and then he had like 40-something. And how much does he have this year?
Hold on.
I mean, injuries derail. I get it.
The only thing I would say is that his batting average is not
270, right?
It's not terrible. Like,
Let me see something about Chris Davis.
Is he considered a power hitter? I mean, with numbers at 45, I get it.
He's going to break the streak.
Who?
Chris Davis.
What? What streak?
yeah.
He hit 247 1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row, and his career average was 247. He's hitting 223 this year, so that's out.
Oh, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but he's trash now.
Well, this guy's lifetime batting average is 265, so that's not terrible.
No.
So, I mean, it's not like he bats 230 and hits home runs. He hits 265 and hits home runs. So, I mean, we kind of missed the ball on this guy because we haven't spoken about him in any episode at all.
Who? Eugenio?
Yeah.
Because anybody thought he was going to hit 47
He
bombs.
just kept hitting.
He just kept hitting it. Fuck.
Like,
So, who you think wins the home run champ?
I don't know.
I don't know,
mean,
because Pete is slumping right now.
Yeah.
He's 0 for 17, I think it is, 18.
Since he grew that stupid fucking mustache. He had 2 home runs and then went 0 for 17.
Yeah.
How many home runs he has now?
47.
47.
He's stuck at 47.
So,
Trout's 45, and then Yelich
Yeah,
is
that's just
44, but they're both done for the year.
all right. So, that's a perfect segue to your team.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done.
Give it.
I called it. I said that they needed to either take 3 out of 4 or sweep, and they
And they
made
did.
Me, and they made me happy, and I said, fuck yeah, we're back into the damn race. And just like that, let me just... Who saw the game yesterday?
I did.
Okay. When Mickey Callaway needs to be fucking Mickey Callaway, he doesn't fucking be Mickey. He's the opposite of fucking Mickey Callaway.
What are you saying? I don't even know what
So
you're saying.
Wheeler, right?
Okay.
97 pitches. I get it. 97 pitches, right? Me personally, I would have threw him out there for at least a batter, let's say. If he walks somebody, take him out. If he gets you a 1-2-3 inning, you have Justin Wilson and Seth Lugo for the 9th, chilling, getting warmed up, getting hot. But again, then my other biggest pet peeve that he does is you bring in Wilson. He struggles the first 2 batters, but he got 1 out. And he walked. He walked the first batter. He went through a 3-2 count in the second batter, and he struck him out. In the third batter, you have Seth Lugo warming up.
Okay.
Bring him to face the fucking batter.
That's a perfect example of second guessing.
Because you have a man on second.
This is such an
And
after
the-
the fact thing. Because
and
if he
the
gets
left-
him out, then you wouldn't be saying that shit.
It doesn't matter. This is playoff baseball. You match to match.
Hindsight is 20/20.
You play at this point. You're playing like you're in the postseason. Look at David Roberts. He did it perfectly.
So I just want to ask you, in the moment, as you're watching
Yes.
fucking
I said bring in Seth. I said that.
you said that in the moment.
In the moment, I said, bring in Seth right now. You got a runner on fucking second base, and you have a lefty that the first 2 batters already showed me that he didn't have his stuff. Already showed me. So, you know in the first batter when Wilson has his stuff. Boom, boom, boom. He's right to the point. He wasn't. He walked the first batter, and the second batter, he went through a 3-2 count, and they struck him out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think
he
it was...
tripped over the mound.
He tripped over the mound. That was a balk.
Yeah.
And now Chris Taylor, who has in his career have been kind of not a consistent hitter, but he'll what's that word I'm trying to he'll make damage when damage needs to be done. He tattooed a fucking 2-seam fastball that never broke to fucking center field. And don't get me started with Juan Lagares because he could have caught that ball. He took a bad route to that ball. If he would have at least took one more stride, he would have got it. But I get it. As a fielder and you as a center fielder, you got the wall right there. So I understand that. But again, this is postseason playoff atmosphere. Roberts did it the very next inning. Pete Alonso came up, and what happened? He brought in the righty. He had the lefty going just like Mickey Callaway did the inning before.
Yeah.
And then he matched to match. And that's what I think that even if we make the playoffs, let's just say miraculously we make the playoffs, we will be done because there is no consistent person in the bullpen besides Wilson. And wait, I would have fucking put in Diaz. To be honest with you, if you didn't want to use Seth, right? Because what is he saying? Oh, let's get to the ninth.
Think about this, okay? Picture this. Picture Edwin Diaz blows that game.
That's fine.
How much more angry are you now?
Nope. That's fine. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the most consistent duo for the last month of the Mets staff have been Wilson and Seth. I get it. You live and die with those two guys. Diaz already's fucking down a wormhole. Right. So the best thing you could have done was with Chris Taylor up.
But that's assuming that you already know that they lost the game.
No, I'm not. I know. You put in a guy that's fucking struggling the first two batters. At least if I'm going to die with someone, let me die with someone that has nasty shit.
Just like Diaz, he shit's real gross and shit.
Yes. Yeah. Diaz still has nasty shit, bro. You can't
fucking sucks my ass.
I understand that completely. But you will die with that man. Why? Because you fucking went and got him. They
already died with him. They're dead.
Yeah, they're dead. But
think about it. If Diaz didn't blow half the saves that he blew, the Mets would have fucking almost 90 wins right now.
Well, no, we would have been in contention with Atlanta.
With Atlanta.
But what I'm saying is, at the moment, your number 2 pitcher is struggling. You got Edwin Diaz that you haven't used in over, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 3 to 4 games.
Fuck him.
I will die with him. I will die with his slider. Just don't throw him a fucking fastball down the middle. I'd rather you throw 17,000 sliders to every single batter. But again, when it comes down to the nitty gritty of everything, you don't manage to the hitter. I'm sorry. You got a man on second base. Your pitcher's been struggling for two batters in a row. You got a balk because you almost planted on his face, and you don't bring in the righty.
Do you think that Mickey Callaway, he goes into a game with a fucking plan, and no matter what happens he sticks to that plan? Yes. He's not like an in-game adjustment manager. He just kind of sticks to the plan that he's going to do. All right, I'm going to put in Wilson in the 7th inning. No matter what the fuck happens, this is his inning. Yep. You know what I mean?
That's how he manages. I do feel like that's exactly how he manages.
That's fucking stupid.
Now I'll tell you one thing.
Think about how many times he let Diaz blow the fucking game. That was his guy. Yeah. That was our guy. So
I just hate his face.
The Mets have 25 blown saves.
More.
Well, no.
Last night counts as a blown save. Anything
not
after,
in the 8th, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So 26.
It counts as a blown save. Anything after your starting pitcher comes out of the game, I think after he qualifies for a win. So if he throws 5 innings and comes out and your bullpen lets up the lead, it's a blown save.
So 26 blown fucking saves.
I'll give you the list of
20 fucking 6.
So it's over?
Yeah. I'm going to say it's over.
It's over for the 4th time this year.
But that's the shit.
How many times we've said that in this podcast?
But this is the shit about the Mets. It's like I hate it and I love it type of thing. I said the same thing with when we swept Cleveland, and then the Braves and Washington came into town and we got fucking swept. And I said, it's over. Then they go on a fucking run.
The Mets have 27 blown saves.
There you go.
That is good for 5th in the MLB. The Yankees have 26 blown saves.
But look at the Yankees' records.
6th. And the most blown saves in baseball is the Oakland Athletics with 29, Seattle 28, Washington 28, Boston 27, Mets 27, Yankees 26, Cubs 26, Dodgers 25. So, you know what's weird about that? Most of those teams are playoff teams.
And they have signed.
That's crazy.
And they've signed their closers to multiple extension years. This year, closing a game has been the most difficult year, I think, in Major League history because everybody's fucking blown. No one's secure except the guy from Milwaukee.
Frank, how many games are left?
14.
And how many wins the Mets have?
77. They need to go 10-4.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's over.
It's over.
It's that we've said this before.
I don't care.
But I'm just saying.
That's assuming that 87 is going to get you there, which I think it will. But
no.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I'm assuming
the Cubs have a fucking shitload of wins now, man.
No, but they are the team that we can get if who's the number one player? Milwaukee. If Milwaukee crumbles within the next
Cubs
couple
have
weeks.
81 wins.
But can you check the Cubs schedule right now? They're going up against the team that has swept them 3 times this series, which has been Cincinnati.
They got to play St. Louis twice.
Yep. And
they have 7 games with St. Louis.
Yep, and they got 3 games with Cincinnati they never fucking win against Cincinnati.
But they're hot now.
No, they're not because they just lost Rizzo for a little bit.
And the Mets,
Baez lost.
played tonight. Mets have an easy stretch here, though. They do. They got Colorado, Cincinnati, and then Miami.
And then Atlanta.
It's doable, man. I mean, they're kind of dead, but like, I'm telling you, you know what's gonna happen? I said it before. I said it 2 weeks ago. Miami. That's gonna be it. The Mets gonna be a game out or like 2 games out going into the Miami series with 4. Like, oh man, they're gonna sweep this shit. No, nuh-uh. They're gonna lose 3 out of 4 to Miami, and then that's gonna be the actual end of the fucking. That's it. I'm telling you, that's how it's gonna be. I've seen this before, man.
Yo,
the fucking Marlins.
I would rather fucking die with Atlanta beating my ass.
You know what's
fucking
crazy?
Marlins.
It's potentially you guys could have a 3-way tie for the second wild card.
Yeah, then you
Now-
gotta play 2 1-game playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then you got to play another 1-game playoff because like the wild card is 1-game playoff.
Yeah.
So the Mets would play
like
164 regular season games.
Who are you gonna
Cal
throw out
Ripken
there?
never did that shit, did he? No,
I
think
heard.
so.
I heard Tom Seaver's coming back if we do that.
No, yeah.
You gonna put out 3 Jacob DeGroms back to back to
Well,
back?
you got to go half and half. Like DeGrom could go a whole game, and then worst case scenario, somebody gets into trouble, you fucking throw in another starter.
Yeah.
See,
Who would you put in the playoffs, Stroman or Wheeler?
Both of them. You're gonna need them.
No. I'm saying in the wild card.
Yeah. You put both of them.
Oh,
Who starts, Wheeler? Because
right,
they both had good, impressive outings lately. So
right
who would you
right now, I would. I mean, at this moment, if it started tomorrow, I would probably go with Wheeler. Wheeler looked good yesterday, man.
He looked amazing.
Yeah, he looked good. I would go with Wheeler for now, and then if he gets into trouble, the third inning, whatever, Stroman, come on in. Finish the fucking game.
Can you tell me what's wrong with Wheeler?
He's inconsistent.
He's
Thinking
not-
too much.
yeah.
I know, but what is it like exactly? Is it what made him so good yesterday? Was it the fact that he was hitting his spots?
Yes, he throws strikes. When he throws strikes, he's all right. But
And-
sometimes he gets hit a little bit, and
Yeah,
then he
that's
starts trying to get too precise and
Because he
doesn't-
starts thinking.
He doesn't trust his himself because I guess they're fucking hitting the shit out of the ball. So then he starts walking people, and he's all over the fucking place. But yesterday, he just hit his spots, and you can see how good he can be. Fucking people don't realize he throws 99.
No,
He
we
throws-
realize.
He throws fucking hard, man.
Yeah, I can see him. I can see the Yankees actually signing him
Yeah, probably. And then he'll have a Cy Young year.
because, like I said in the last podcast,
He'll be Cy Young next year.
Yankees are infamous for getting like all these hard throwing pitchers that never lived up to their potential, like
Yeah, or
Eovaldi,
he'll-
AJ Burnett,
Or he'll go to
know?
Houston and then just easily win a Cy Young over there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I mean, you could put David Cohn in Houston right now.
Right now, Cy Young. Yeah. 220 strikeouts.
Fucking 99 somehow. Like, he's 55.
That's how hard he should be throwing, too.
Yeah.
When I was watching the game yesterday, every time I say here and I say that pitchers think too much, everybody looks at me like I'm nuts. Because like, what the fuck? What do you mean that they think too much? Wheeler yesterday was controlling the game. There's times that Mets pitchers don't control the game. And even when Jacob DeGrom had his little, at the earlier of the season, you could see he wasn't in control of his game. He was rushing. He was trying to, literally pick his spots instead of just letting the ball go. And I think Wheeler yesterday did a great job at just taking deep breaths, throwing the ball, getting the ball across, and just trusting his stuff. And Matz is the same way. Matz is the type of pitcher that he likes to pitch fast. His speed of the game is fast, not slow. So when you slow Matz down, it's over.
Yeah.
He's getting rocked.
Matz does work quick. He gets the ball and he goes.
He wants to be that. Now you look like Noah sometimes does that, but I think Noah and DeGrom are just more.
Look at fucking what's his name from the Cubs?
Yu Darvish?
Yeah, he's a human rain delay. That
Yeah.
motherfucker, man.
Yeah, usually all the fucking pitchers from Japan, they're like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
he
'cause-
takes a fucking hour. He gets the ball and then he fucking walks around and he
fucking
takes
annoying.
a long time, man.
And 2 minutes, fucking, and 25 hours
It's a
later.
3.5 hour game automatically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tanaka's like that too.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why the Japanese players, they're all like that.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's just more of that. But
Yeah, but what you're saying is more like a rhythm. Like, that's their rhythm. That's Matt's rhythm. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And what happens is the great pitchers, the pitchers that, no, peace out. The great pitchers, what they do is they know how to pitch when they're not in rhythm. You know, just to kind of like, all right, I know this is kind of fucked up right now, but let me dig in deep, like the way DeGrom does. Even when he's out of rhythm, he knows how to get shit out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that goes to... It's just hard. And you, as a pitcher, like when you... I'll ask you that. When you pitched in your game, like, did you want to be, you know, like more of Matt's in control of like, okay, give me the ball, let me throw the ball?
Yes.
Or did you know what I mean? So that was your comfort zone.
Because the way I looked at it was more like mechanical. When I sped up, like when I got the ball, and let's say I threw a strike, right?
Okay.
And the way I threw that, I want to be more consistent with that. So the faster I get to that same, like, I guess, delivery, it made it easier for me mentally. So I just wanted to, like, boom, okay, that was good. Let me redo that.
Okay.
You know, like, let me not forget what I just did.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But then that was also something when we worked on things, that was also your downfall that I would tell you.
Yeah.
You're thinking too much. I know that you want to throw the same exact pitch. Just throw it. You know what I mean?
No, honestly, I think it was more like shoulder issues.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's nowhere near.
No, but, you know, as a pitcher, you know, you ask these questions because, yeah, when you see Wheeler, when you see Matz, and you see, you know, they all have great arms. Mm-hmm. Like the Mets, if the Mets and Houston would be in the World Series, it would be one hell of a fucking World Series. Just on their bullpen alone, though. I mean, on their whole pitching staff, because they're that good. Obviously, I don't think we match up toe to toe with them in offensive. I think we can hang in there with them, but Houston is just too powerful. But you know, and then there are pitchers that it just doesn't phase them, like a Verlander. Yeah. He can work fast. He can work slow. It doesn't matter for that man. He's always in control.
When he's in control, it seems like he's going fast.
Okay, like
when he's
give me
in,
the ball.
He's kind of like, give me the ball, let's go. You
know,
like I said, Mark Burley was like that. It was give me the ball and let's go. You know, fucking, I don't know. I just think like they feel more in control, more in their rhythm. But
they feel more, more.
But
more.
I guess like there's the opposite side of the spectrum, like the way Tanaka is, right? When Tanaka's, what he does is he slows it down even more when he's in trouble.
Okay.
Because he feels like when he slows it down even more, he gets to be, okay, I'm doing this at my pace.
Yeah.
So he does it like at the opposite side of the spectrum. Like he gets really, really slow.
Which is weird because normally it's not that way.
Yeah, but I guess that's the way, that's his comfort zone,
yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
But everyone's different the way they fucking go about things. You know, there's people who hit when they're up at the plate. There's some people that are very fidgety. They just want to go. They're very like
I don't know, Brandon Phillips. You remember him?
Yeah.
His bat flip. It was just almost like a Sheffield type of.
And that was
very
like
antsy.
That was part of his rhythm.
Yes.
You know, same premise. So like, and then there's some people out there that just don't want to move. They just want to sit still.
Like a Sammy. Sammy was like that.
You know,
just put the bat out and boom, explode.
But you also see like a Pujols where he kind of goes up and down his wrist, and that's his rhythm.
It's almost like he's breathing while the motion is almost like breathing with it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Pretty cool.
Anyways, let's move on.
To bury the Mets.
We went in a fucking sidebar.
We did, but you know, to bury the Mets. I mean, and it's not to say to bury them. Like I said, I've been excited more for next year than this year, to be honest with you. If we make it this year, we make it this year. If we don't, of course it's just a plus, because we shouldn't have been. Look at the baseball that we've been playing since the second half of the season. That's the Mets that were on paper. That one. Yeah. And you literally threw away 3 months of baseball. 3 months of baseball. You threw that shit away and said, okay, well, let's wake up now.
Well, I disagree. I feel like if they get to 87 wins, which is very possible because there's 14 games left, that means all they have to do is win 10 of their last 14 games. They would be at 87 wins. I think if they get there,
you're right.
Let's see what happens, honestly.
I think a couple years back when Noah pitched that wild card game with San Francisco, you had told me the exact same thing. 87 wins, because I remember. Because the magic number you said was 87. And we were like 13 games or whatever left in the season, almost like in this scenario. And we won to 87, and we were able to get into the wild card like that. So is it like, okay, 87 should guarantee you a spot?
I think 87 gives you a 1-game playoff to get to the 1-game playoff.
Okay.
I think that when you get there to 87 wins, I think Milwaukee will also have 87 wins. And I also potentially think Chicago could have 87 wins.
Yeah.
Which means you would have to fucking battle it out to get to the 1-game playoff to have a wild card game with
one of the
with Washington, because obviously they're going to win the first wild card spot.
So what happens?
There would be a 1-game playoff for the second wild card spot, and then after that you finally face Washington.
So what happens if it's a 3-way tie? Who the hell plays against who?
It's head-to-head record. And if they're tied in head-to-head record, then after that is intra-division record.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's who would face.
That would be the tiebreaker. So let's say there's a 3-way tie. Yeah.
So not necessarily you can get to 87 wins and all three, because as you're explaining it to me, I'm like, okay. So I think the goal is to get to at least tie with all three. But then when you tie with all three, that doesn't necessarily give you the opportunity to play a game, because you still have one team out.
Right.
So then that okay.
So between I think all three teams at that point is about head-to-head record. Who's and then after that you decide who would be the 1-game playoff to get to the 1-game playoff.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. So I'll put it like this to you. Do you think if the Mets don't make the playoff but get 87 wins, you think this was a good season?
Honestly, they turned around
good,
this season.
Not great.
I think it's been a good season considering how they started, considering everything, considering like how bad Cano started, considering the fact that Edwin was a piece of shit, that whole trade was a debacle. Like, considering all things, this has
win 87 games after all that?
Yeah, honestly. Like, if Edwin Diaz was fucking okay, you guys are potentially winning the division. You know,
if Edwin Diaz, out of those 27 saves that we've blown, not even Edwin Diaz, I'm just talking about the bullpen.
Yeah.
If they've at least won 10, just 10, right now, we would have 87 wins sitting on probably either the number 1 or the number 2 spot in the wild card.
Well, how many wins Atlanta has?
No, they're like 92. 91.
Let me see. I'll find out right now.
Yeah, they're like
93.
Yeah, nah. I mean, with 87, with 13 games left, we would have been challenging them. Because we would have been like, what, 4 games out, 5 games out?
5.5.
Yeah, it's not bad. But we know we're going to hit a plane ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So that would have been at least 10 of the... But the same thing was last year. And the year before that. Well, the year before that, we barely made it. Yeah, DeGrom went down. Everybody went down. Cespedes was gone. We played our AAA team.
This season is more about the failures of...
the trades.
Of the people that we were expecting a lot from.
We acquired, yeah.
You know, that's all that sums up the season, really. But
I mean, the highlight is, we have one hell of a fucking rookie out there.
Yeah, I mean
that has carried the fucking Mets offense.
Yeah,
the whole year.
After the whole season is over in the World Series, we'll have an entire episode dedicating the fucking Mets 2019 season and what will happen going forward.
Yeah,
and then we'll have another episode just strictly for the Yankees. But
yeah, because that was. I mean, it's been a good season, but again, Cano was starting to, came off the DL, hit 2 home runs. He's been good.
Look at you just swinging it away like, he's been all right.
He was coming out. Now, your Yankees, though, on the positive end of New York, you guys are sitting pretty in the division. You're going to run away with that, which is good.
Oh, for sure. We have the best record in the majors.
Nice. You guys also, like I've been saying for the past 2 weeks, you guys have a great problem that you don't know who the hell to start. And what is your prediction going into the postseason?
Well,
Who would you be facing?
I'll give you some fucking news here. Betances came back on Sunday, yesterday.
Yes. Destroy his rotator cuff. Gotcha. I thought that was the news you were getting.
No, fuck you. Don't even put that in the... I'm going to delete that part. I don't want to put that in the universe, you fuck.
I'm kidding because I need him next year.
Betances came back, and I take a positive and a negative.
Okay. What was your positive?
Positive. He faced 2 batters, and he struck them out.
Okay. How was his fastball?
That's the negative. 94 miles per hour.
Okay. That's fine.
So I'm hoping
Okay.
that, that he would pitch more in the season before the playoffs, and he will build his arm strength.
Yeah. Well, what did you want him to throw 99 coming back?
I'm just so accustomed to seeing
I
that.
know.
He throws 99, and he's been throwing 99 his whole fucking career.
I know.
That's a fucking big drop-off. I'm just saying.
But this was the first time that he's been on the DL this long.
For sure, yeah.
So,
for sure.
you gotta give. It's like Severino. Severino fucking throws 98. Yeah. But I'm not expecting Severino to throw 98 when he comes back.
Well, speaking of Sevy,
okay,
he starts tomorrow.
Nice. What are you expecting? How many innings are they gonna? If you know, how many innings are they allowing him? Like, what is it?
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. His last start in Double-A, he pitched 3 innings, but his pitch count was 64, which means he's probably at a 80, 85 pitch count tomorrow, which means he could probably pitch 4 or 5 innings. And they're
in the major leagues, and you hit 3 innings, and you were at how many pitches?
64 pitches.
And those are kids down there? I don't know.
Yeah, but he was probably working on shit. He probably wasn't really trying to win the game. You know what I'm saying?
He was just trying to get the motion back.
Yeah, he was probably throwing fucking fastball, 6 straight fastball, just to probably working on things. Those numbers are just doesn't matter. What matters is the amount of pitches he threw, which means now he built his arm strength to 64, which means tomorrow I'm thinking maybe 80, 85, which...
Nah, I'll give him... I think they're going to cut him at 75. They wouldn't give him 80 nor 85. If he's at 75, but he's in the middle of a batter, let's say, they'll extend him. But if he's starting an inning and he has 73, they're going to take him out. Because that would be the smartest thing, because then he has one more... Right? One more start before?
No. So they're saying that he could potentially have 3 regular starts before the playoffs. Which means he will probably be built up for a whole start in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
I was tying everything up. But this means that this changes everything. That means that we could have Severino start maybe potentially Game 1.
I said it in the fucking podcast, but nobody fucking listens to me.
I didn't think that he would have his arm build up before the playoffs. But this means he like I said, he could probably be to 90 pitches. 3 more starts. How many pitches do you think he'll be build up to? 90 maybe?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and then because you push him a little bit more in
spring training. How many games you get anyways before you start?
So the starters get about... The first, I want to say 5 games, 6 games.
6 games, right?
They'll probably pitch 3 innings. That's it. And then
but how many starts you get in spring training?
I think it's 12.
No, but spring training is not that long. So how can you get that many games to start? You know what I'm saying?
Spring training is long as shit. What are you talking about?
No, spring training begins when? In March?
Spring training begins February 23rd. You have
that's the first game.
That's the first game. You have a month and a week.
A month and a week.
So you have 12 starts almost.
12 starts.
So the first probably half of those starts, you start going 3 innings, then 4 innings, then 5 innings, and then the last week you push him to 8 innings if you can, obviously.
So he might be built up to 85 actually.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's gonna be fine.
But 85 is good enough for a good start.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? That's good for 5 innings. If it gives you good 5 innings with the fucking bullpen we have, plus the fact that we just added Betances, I'm cool with that. One team that scares me is Oakland.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the only thing is that Oakland They are. I'll tell you right now. They're leading the first wild card spot in the American League.
Okay.
And the team that's behind them in the second wild card spot is Tampa. And the team that's behind Tampa is Cleveland. Cleveland is a game and a half behind the second.
They rebounded really good after the Mets swept them.
Who, Cleveland?
Yeah.
Well, the last 10
they dropped.
Their
to
last
like
10
3.
games, they've been 6-4.
Oh,
It's been,
okay.
They're kind of on and off or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of hoping that Oakland faces Tampa in the wild card game, and they lose to Tampa, and then we get to face Tampa.
Do you honestly think Tampa's a better team than Oakland, though?
No, that's my point. I just hope they lose that game because I'd rather face Tampa Bay. I'm honestly like afraid of facing Oakland.
How the fuck are you not afraid of Houston?
Yeah, but we need to get to Houston.
Oh, you get okay, I get it.
You get what I'm saying?
You're taking a page out of Mickey Callaway's book. We need to get to the 9th. We need to get to Houston.
Don't compare me to that fuck.
Fuck.
No, but it's true though. We need to get to Houston in order. So our first series is going to be whoever wins the wild card.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's either Tampa or Oakland or Cleveland. So
Yeah, that would be the best scenario for you guys, because you need a first round, easy first round. To be honest with you,
why?
who's in the second round?
The second round would be Houston.
Okay, so your first round should be a sweep, so you can mentally prepare for the ass whooping that Houston's gonna give you guys,
Oh man.
and then New York is gonna fall again. Fucking New York.
All right. So how many games the Mets have until next episode?
We have
Count that.
that.
Quick.
That's actually pretty. That's a lot, though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5 games.
and it's 6. It's the final road series of their season, which is 3 in Colorado and then 3 in Cincinnati.
See, but that's the thing. Back to like what Frank said earlier.
Yeah.
You guys have a easy last fucking.
No, we don't. It's the fucking Mets. No, we don't. No fucking series is easy going now, because you would think, right, that Colorado, boom, would be beat easily. You would think,
although they could hit.
not Cincinnati. I'm not gonna take Cincinnati. That we're gonna sweep Cincinnati. I'm not,
they're tough.
because they're a tough team. But then if we come out of that road trip sweeping Colorado and taking 2 out of 3 off Cincy, Miami's 4 games. You would think that's an easy 4 games in the books. Not the fucking way the Mets are rolling, and not the way that what do you call these? The Marlins have been facing all these guys. I think they took 2 out of 3 off Atlanta, and then they pounded the Washington. I was like, what? Why? What? Why you guys want to ruin everybody's playoff hope now?
Because it's still playoffs, man. Anybody could get beat any given day.
Yeah, fuck them though.
That's the thing.
They could just not beat us,
I mean,
please.
I'm still with 87 wins, and I believe if you guys win 5 games straight,
If we sweep this road trip, then next week's podcast would be a different conversation about me. But if we lose,
you're such a fan because you're so like
I'm hot and cold with them.
you're so hot and cold, bro. You can't do it.
Yo, when we swept Arizona, and I was so happy, and I said, okay, now we gotta beat the Dodgers. At least take 2 out of 3 with the Dodgers. At least.
Yeah.
First game was a little rocky. Oh, that's enough. Oh, damn, Frank is gone, but that's what I also wanted to talk about. Was that was going to be on the docket as well. Noah Syndergaard with Wilson Ramos. What is your take on that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so Wilson Ramos and Noah Syndergaard's ERA combined is 5.95.
What does that
Now
mean?
it's probably more.
Okay.
When Noah Syndergaard has another catcher behind the plate, it's a 2.91 ERA.
Okay.
So you see the difference of ERAs.
Yeah.
So he brought that to attention.
Who?
Noah. To Mickey Callaway
He did?
and the front office. This was a private conversation that
was no longer private.
Noah was really obviously really upset about that.
That's pretty bad.
And he says, it's no disrespect to Wilson. It's none. It's just for whatever reason we just don't gel. There's certain good, we've had good starts, but for the majority of this season, my ERA has been a little bit more a lot higher with him behind the plate than what it is with Nito or with Rene.
What do you think it is? Is it more like
Ramos don't know how to fucking frame?
Is it him framing or him calling a game?
No, him framing. It's him framing. Jacob deGrom said, "I want Nito as my catcher."
Damn.
Period. Then Wilson has had good starts with deGrom, so he frames a little bit more for deGrom. I think that's the issue that I have with Wilson Ramos. Even with anybody, he does not frame as much as he should be. He can call a game. He pitched with Stroman. And Stroman was one hell of a pitcher. He had 9 Ks, 7 innings, perfect and beautiful.
Stroman looks like he calls his game though.
No, he gets it by Wilson. And Wilson's a good catcher. It's just he's not framing. But what do you do with that? They want to give Wilson obviously every 5 days, almost like a pitcher. They want to give him like a rest. What do you do?
I would start whoever Noah wants me to start.
Why?
Because one batter in a lineup doesn't have that much of an impact to the starting pitcher.
Thank you. So you just put Ramos as soon as Syndergaard is out. Or what they tried to do was align his days off with Noah.
I mean, either way, if a pitcher's going to pitch you 7 innings and 2 runs,
he's going to pitch you 7 innings and 2 runs.
You could live with the fact that Ramos is not in the lineup and hoping that anybody else could score at least 3 runs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ramos is not Sammy Sosa,
Exactly.
So,
he has a good he's a good hitter. Now, what do you do in the playoffs? Because he's your starter in the playoffs. You ain't starting fucking Nito, which he can come off the bench. That's fine. But I think Wilson Ramos is your catcher.
No, I think you start whoever
he wants.
Yeah.
But then now we're catering to the pitchers.
You have to.
Okay. You're okay with that?
Is that they have too much impact. You know that everything matters on the starting pitching.
Yes.
You know, every fucking day who pitches that, like, the betting line changes dramatically once you know who starts the game.
Yes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The Mets are 9 out of 10 their favorite when deGrom is pitching.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, pitching is almost everything in baseball. So you got to cater to, it's kind of like a quarterback in a sense.
So what would you have done in the first game of Dodgers? Would you have put out Ramos or would you put fucking Nito?
Yeah, put out Nito. Whoever the fuck Syndergaard is happy. Whatever is going to jerk him off right. I don't care. Whatever is going to make you, the job.
Get the job done.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I have to agree with you. And, it sucks. But, because no disrespect to that guy. But at the end of the day, you want your pitcher to be as comfortable as possible. Now, it could have been a shit show with Nito too. But now you blame that on him.
Right.
You say you wanted this player.
Yeah.
Because you felt comfortable. Now you did a shit show. Now what?
Mm-hmm.
So that, but again, Mickey Callaway did not at least cater that, at least give him the opportunity to call his shit for once and say, listen, let me get this guy. I understand you but let me get him.
That kind of sucks that at the end of the season is when he's bringing this shit up.
No, he's always brought it up.
See, but that's bad management.
But this is not the first time this happened.
That's bad management because at the end of the day, Mickey Callaway as a pitching coach, man, come on, brother. Like, you got to know this shit. I'm done ranting on Mickey Callaway, but he just sucks hella ass. In every way, bro. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
He doesn't, and that's the part that sucks because it's like, my man, what are we doing?
Jesus, man. Bring Willie Randolph back.
Give me Bobby V. I don't care.
Bring
But
who was Terry Collins?
Terry Collins, bring his ass back. I'll be happy with him. He fucked up Johan Tandana's last hope, but still, fuck it. But you're right. I am hot and cold about the Mets. One of the guys hit me up on a DM and told me, that he listens to the podcast. So I told him, shout him out real quick. My boy Jeremy out there.
Yep.
So I told him that he was right. We needed a sweep, and we did. And the Dodgers came into town, and I said, okay, that's not. I'm not gonna get upset if we lose the first game.
What the fucked up thing is that the Dodgers came in the wrong time.
I know. Give me anybody else. But I'm not gonna lie. We held our own. In the first game, we got blown out 9-2. But in the second game, DeGrom pitched. I just got to shout out DeGrom and Ryu for that game. 8 fucking scoreless innings from both of them.
Yeah.
Which was a playoff. And I didn't get to see the game. I just saw the highlights. But even in the highlights, it felt like playoff game experience. Like, I wish I was there type of game. And then, we win off the Rajay Davis, double, 3-0. And then Wheeler just had his stuff yesterday. Just had it all around. His changeup was working. His two-seamer was working. And, again, I get it. It's harder. It's harder to it's easier to say it than do it, and I get it. Mm-hmm. But, I was like, no, bring in Seth. Sorry. And I think the reason why, and you brought up a point that you said, does Mickey Callaway go off of what he plans or in the moment?
Yeah.
Most of the time he goes in the moment. I mean, in as he planned. But he didn't expect to bring up Lugo to warm up earlier than the 9th inning. He literally thought that 1-run lead with Justin Wilson up would have been good.
See, the only thing I don't like about Mickey Callaway, well, I shouldn't say the only thing because it's a fucking whole list.
It's a Santa list.
It's a fucking novel. Is that he, like, I lost my train of thought. Whatever. I forget.
I was actually excited to hear it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I built it up.
You built it up tremendously, and now it's just trash.
Yeah, it's trash.
Jesus. But no, I would have died with Diaz again. I'm sorry. He throws faster. He throws harder. He has nastier stuff than Justin Wilson. He does. Again, I understand that Justin Wilson has the most consistent outings compared to Edwin Diaz. I understand that. But at that specific moment, righty against righty, I would have even done this. I would have even done, let him just face Taylor. Let him face Taylor. Walks him, get him out. It would have been the same fucking cause anyway.
Yeah.
Let's say if we play it out the way that it ended up, it would have been the same shit anyway.
That's what I was going to say. That he doesn't have a sense of urgency.
Exactly.
And when you're fighting for a playoff spot, it got to look like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, he's taking his game serious. He's bringing in Seth Lugo now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a sense of urgency. I remember the perfect manager was Girardi. Girardi knew just when to bring someone in. He knew that we had to win this game.
So what position did he play?
Catcher.
Exactly.
Like, Girardi knew, like, it didn't matter if the season was, like, beginning of the season and we lost 4 games in a row. He knew that 5th game, this can't go any longer. We have to stop this shit now. So sometimes he would leave a pitcher in a little bit longer than usual because he knows that we have to stop this losing streak. Or he would be like, yo, let me bring in my closer in the 8th inning because we need to fucking stomp this game now. Like, the sense of urgency in Mickey Callaway, he doesn't have it. Like, he doesn't have, like, the wherewithal of just managing a fucking baseball game. He sucks. Hella culo.
What? That's what I was going to ask you as well.
What?
You touched on it really good. Would you have brought Wheeler in? Or would you have kept him? His line was, he was winning 2-1, I'm sorry. He had 90-something pitches, and it was the top of the 8th.
See, me personally, and I know this is against all analytics, but I would judge it based on his stuff, his body language, if he's losing his spot, his pitches, or he's leaving it up.
Okay.
His last batter. When you're leaving it up, that means your arms are getting tired. So is you kind of like, okay, just really looking, hey, is he still good or he's not?
I'll give you.
So I can't tell you based on just his stats.
Wait, and I'll give you something even better.
Because I didn't watch the game.
I'll give you something better. The inning before, he got into trouble.
Okay.
He had runners on second and third
Okay.
with no outs.
Second and third.
Second and third.
Okay.
And struck 3 in a row. Out. Now, okay. So I put it even better for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what would you have done?
Yeah, I mean, this is so hard to say because it's so hindsight. This is so like after the fact. But yeah, I mean, based on what you're telling me, it seems like you would definitely bring him in. Like a sense of urgency. Hey, he's rolling. Let's go.
That's the only reason why I would have brought him back in.
And for some reason, these analytic fucks don't believe in momentum, don't believe in rhythm.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I'm saying? Like when people don't understand that when you get into a rhythm, what happens when you pitch a perfect game? That happens because you were in a rhythm. You was fucking locked in.
Yeah.
So that's what happens in a game. Sometimes you could get out of your pocket. Sometimes you could get into your pocket. But you just have to know the feeling of the game. You need to know your pitchers.
That's why analytics to me is trash in terms of pitching. In terms of hitting, I understand, a certain player getting this type of hit up front. I mean, what do you call it? If Pete Alonso bats second or Cano comes out. Like, I get that part because pitchers have that in their brain. Okay, well, a guy that with 47 home runs is coming up next, and a guy that only got 12 is coming up, after him. Let me, go around this guy to get, or I got to get this guy. So I get that part. Mm. But in terms of pitching, no. Leave your analytic bullshit out there.
No, I'm just saying that analytics does play a part in it. What gets me
But not in momentum.
What gets me is that there's certain things that you cannot put into a stat.
No.
There's just certain things where you just have to feel the game. You have to understand body language. You have to understand how that fucking ball came out of his hand and where it landed and everything. Everything has to do with analytics does play a part in it, But the analytics where, he's terrible after he faces the third time around.
I fucking hate that.
I fucking can't stand that because there's moments like Matz, right? Matz is the perfect example. There's moments where he could face the batter 3 or 4 times in a game and he could fucking lock him down if he's locked in.
Yes, and like always, I mean, like a few times he's gone to the third round and then he's been shaky.
Yeah.
Cool, take him out. You're right.
But the thing is, we're not robots.
But you don't know that if every fucking start that you give him, you're going to say, well, guess what? He's not going to pass the third round of batters again. Wait,
right.
What? Why? Look at I bet you that it killed him not to take out Steven Matz when he threw his first complete game. I think it was like a 3 shutout or one run, 3 hits game. Yeah. I guarantee you that killed him inside because he wanted to take him out. But you can't because you can see that the kid is rolling. He was on fire.
You know what I also have a problem with is that I feel like these managers, they want to kind of show you like, hey, I'm smart, so let me do this move because, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, no, let the players do their thing. Shut the fuck up and sit there, bro.
It's like I said when we touched on it, with these robots and analytics and digital thing, and I understand you want to bring the game faster. Like, I get that, man, but dude, let the game fucking be played the way that it's supposed to be played. All these old heads would have been turning in their grave. You telling me that there's gonna be a digital fucking strike zone, and I get it. I was the first person to come on this podcast and say, you know what? I saw a video of like 30 minutes of umpires blowing strikes right down the pipe. I get it. But that is called human fucking error. I'm sorry. You got to be able to live with a human error. You can't always be fucking perfect. That's the part of baseball that I'm not liking that it's going towards. A robot's going to fucking sit behind me?
Yeah, but that's kind of inevitable. That the robot shit is like everywhere in all phases of life.
Yeah. Let it not be in fucking sports. What you gonna have a robot in the 50-yard line? He gonna get fucking hit.
It's analytics, bro. Have you noticed, like, everything is about data? Every single thing about.
I know.
Have you noticed that ever since we started this podcast? I don't know about you, but me, when I scroll through Instagram or some shit,
I get mad podcast things now.
I get not only that, I get like, hey, apply for your favorite baseball team and have a job working for your favorite.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, Instagram, get the fuck off my phone. All right?
Yo, you're absolutely right. Damn, I
And
don't know
they're
why I didn't bring this up earlier.
They're collecting our data just because, hey, I think I know this guy. He definitely wants to do this, or maybe he wants to do this. Go suck a dick.
Yeah, I don't.
I know you want to do that.
I'm fine where I am. I'm good.
Jesus.
But I don't know, man. It's just analytics to me is just one of those things that it's. I know it's in how you say that? Inevitable.
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 I can't say that. That's the title of the podcast.
Inevitable.
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 But
Anyways.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll be with you. Okay, to close out the podcast, I'll be with you. I won't write them out until this. If they fucking lose this week,
Yeah.
then is it over?
If they lose 4 games, yes.
Okay.
But,
Watch them get swept.
yeah.
Coming over here breaking stuff.
Well, that's baseball, Susan.
Yeah, fuck that.
I do want to give a shout out to Jeremy for listening to the podcast. Also, Tito.
Word.
Shout out to Brian.
All those guys.
Yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast, and hopefully you could tell people and this could grow.
And we would want to call you guys to come on the show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And stuff like that. So, like always, guys, please hit that subscribe button, hit that download button, follow us, 12 to 6 podcast, Instagram, at Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And that moment of silence was, I'm out. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Peace.
Play ball.